What's going on, guys? It's Eric here from VT, bringing you guys another video. Obviously, you guys can tell by the title, this is the comparison between the second generation, which is on my left, and the first generation, which is on my right. So I got the first generation a couple weeks after they were released, maybe a month, something like that, around that time range. So I've had them literally the entire time that they've been out, and I love them. I use them all the time. I was like, the only thing that kind of sucks is battery life. Obviously, I wish they were longer, last longer. Like when you're just using it for the first charge, I'm getting around 3, sometimes 4 hours, but it's close to that 3-hour mark. I would like to have them last for 4 hours, but obviously, with the batteries that are in there, pretty impressive already, just because of how small they are and stuff like that. But the new ones don't really give you much more battery life at all. I think it's like minuscule, basically. So you won't see much. Obviously, buying a brand new pair, they're gonna last probably close to that 4-hour mark, compared to obviously the ones I've been using for a while now, which are these. You guys can't really tell too well in the camera, but I have used these a lot, and it's starting to fade. That's the only bad thing about having white, is it gets dirty really quickly, and it kind of sucks. But if you guys can kind of see that, like, there's dirt and stuff, I gotta clean all that stuff up, make it look nice again so I can sell it or whatever. But so going with the differences, we'll start with the boxes. So this is the bottom, both look the same, and then obviously right there to the sides, and to the top, this one just says wireless charging case compared to the last model. Then obviously the Apple logo again. And then on the back, obviously you can tell that they're different, because this is the one that has the wireless charging. Obviously you don't have wireless charging on this one, but that's basically what that looks like. The front of the box looks the exact same. Nothing has changed hardly at all. But to go with the EarPods, they're both Lightning. Everything on the back is basically the same. It looks like the little magnet piece that's back here to help open and close the lid looks a little bit smaller, not by much. The power button is moved up a little bit compared to being down here on this one, if you guys can see that. Kind of hard to pick up. But to the bottom, still Lightning, which kind of sucks. If you have the MacBook or the newest iPad, it's all USB Type-C. Wish these were USB Type-C. To the front, now the little indicator is on the actual case, so you know if the case is charging or not, compared to first gen when they were on the inside. Basically, the EarPods are the exact same. I think they changed stuff with the hardware on the inside, but nothing with the actual physical look. So I'll take both right ones here. As you guys can tell, they look pretty close to the same here. I can get, not too much has changed here at all. But I mean, basically they're the same headphones. You're just paying more money because there's a little bit features added compared to the first gen. Honestly, if you don't have EarPods, definitely go with the second gen, just because you get more features and it makes that $200 price range seem a little bit better. Obviously, it's very expensive still to buy something like this, when you can go on the market and buy something just as good, just cheaper. I mean, it's Apple. They can price their stuff at this, and people will buy it because it's Apple. It's integrated with everything, makes everything very simple and stuff like that. But if you have EarPods and you're thinking about getting the new ones, honestly, it's probably not worth spending the extra money, or just spending the money on the case alone. Because technically, if you bought the previous EarPods and you buy the case, you're going to spend way more than what it is the cost of this. And honestly, it's really not worth having wireless charging. It's not a make or break deal in my mind, if you ask me, because they still have this port or whatever. So obviously, you still can charge it even if you don't have a wireless charger. So, I mean, if you have like something on your nightstand that you charge your phone wirelessly, and you have something that holds your Apple Watch, and you want something to charge this wirelessly because you don't like having cables, then yeah, go with that. But honestly, spending $200 for something that hasn't really changed, like size. They're pretty close to the same, maybe a tad bit bigger on this one, but not by much that you're going to be able to tell the difference in all reality. But honestly, it all depends on if you had them previously or if you haven't had them at all. If you haven't had them, definitely buy the newest one because you get a little bit more for your money. And if you already do have them, just keep the ones you have. There's no point of upgrading to these. It's not worth the extra $400 or $40 that you're gonna spend. Technically, if you were to get the original price for what these cost, to spend $40 more, it's not really worth it in the end. But there you go, guys. I'll answer any questions that you have about these. Not a lot has changed, to be honest. You could probably look this up on Apple's website, and there'll be like 5 things that have changed. So it's not dramatic compared to the last year's. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.